And a very pleasant good evening to you from Saxon Stadium in Erie, Pennsylvania. This is Jack Quinn as we get you set for the Erie Commodores 2024 home opener. It's so great to have you with us once again for another season of Commodores soccer, and the rivalry is back. It actually came back a few days ago in Buffalo. Erie and Buffalo switching conferences a couple years ago, so this heated rivalry went away. It's now a friendly match. It's no longer a conference game, so this will not count in the standings. But as owner John Melody was pointing out to me down on the field before the match, titled the Brewers Cup, appropriately, that last year they didn't have any friendlies early in the season, and it perhaps hurt them as they didn't hit their stride till it was too late and they were too far down in the standings. Once we get underway, we'll give you the starting lineups for both teams here. It has been an interesting day weather-wise. It was gorgeous this morning, very humid. Then we had a storm come through, knocked out power in parts of Erie. Then it got warm and humid again, and we had some thunder and lightning about a half hour ago away from here. It was visible and audible, but it never came close, and we never had any rain. Wind will be a factor tonight, but the humidity, which was pretty significant earlier today, has died down a little bit, so that will be good as far as cramping and so on and so forth. So the wind will be a big factor. It's blowing on your screen left to right, although it's been kind of swirling around. Commodores in the royal blue, visiting Buffalo in, obviously, if they're not in the royal blue, they're in the white shirts and the blue pants. It's Gavin Egan plays it back. We're underway, the 2024 home slate. So glad you could join us. We had great weather, as I recall, for every home match last year. Hopefully that's the case again here, and we're off to a good start, although that field will be slick, and like I said, the wind will play a factor as we are underway. The starting lineups: in goal, Andreas Kokoska for Buffalo. The defenders are number 4, Fabian Overkamp, Kobe Grant, number 3, Landon Hungerford, number 24, Matthias Spina. The midfielders, number 15, I mentioned Egan, he took the opening kick, Gavin Egan, Anye Zato, number 12, Brendan McDermott, number 6, Max Kwichkoff. The forwards are Ander Castillo, who has gotten off to one heck of a start this year. We'll get into that a little bit later, and Felix Kogler. He had an assist against Erie. Again, we'll get into those numbers as the broadcast progresses. In goal for Erie is Tyler Card. The defenders are number 21, Nick Scott, number 5, Ed Ashley, Danny Preto, number 3, Joel Shepard, number 15. The midfielders, Micah Lankoff, Charlie Peterson, number 8, Ethan Zarka, Dylan Sumner. If a lot of these names are familiar, it's because they are. They were here last year. Alex Leah, number 29, and number 19, the other forward, is Guillermo Ferrio. So these two teams, a home and home, essentially, as they played up at legendary All-High Stadium, the home of Buffalo. It was a 2-1 victory for Buffalo over Erie. I mentioned Castillo. He got a PK goal and assisted as well. Spina had the other goal. Erie in that match halved it in the second half. Ferrero got the lone goal, but Erie was forced to play with 10 men through the last 5 minutes or so, and that obviously made it very difficult to have any kind of a comeback there in the end. Buffalo is 2-1. I mentioned Castillo, or 2-0 rather, as they also beat Toledo. And in that game, Castillo had 2 goals and an assist. Fabian Overkamp had the other goal in that match for Buffalo. Erie, meanwhile, will get the conference slate going, the regular season as it were, Saturday right here against another rival, Steel City out of Pittsburgh. So hopefully you can come on by if you can't tune into the stream Saturday night. The women will be here on Friday night, so we hope you can catch both of those matches. Just underway here, 4th minute, Erie and Buffalo. Not quite the same, though, because it is a friendly. When this rivalry was in its heyday down at Gannon, Buffalo would bring a spirited contingent of fans. What they lacked in numbers, they made up for in resonance. They would bring big drums and vuvuzelas and those flares the truckers put out when they break down on the side of the road. There's a nice centering pass, and it's booted away. You can see the wind just caught that ball up in the air and kept it in. But really, it's blowing across the field, so toward the far sideline more than anything else. So I don't know if it's going to be to one team's advantage or not here in the early going. Sumner's up there to, well, he'll just hand it off. Little give and go. There's the cross by Sumner into the middle. Oh, it was headed away and contact. And I think we got an offside. Either that or a foul. Either way, the scoring attempt in the early going for Erie is thwarted. Be interested to see, too, Erie with a lot of subs tonight. Again, and both teams, really, it is a friendly, so how deep will they go into their bench, still figuring out lineups and so on and so forth. And chance here for Buffalo, pass inside, knocked away at the top, cleared. And I know for the Commodores, at least one player who's on the roster, Dylan Danch, he's still in high school for a couple of weeks, so he hasn't been able to practice. So we'll see him later in the year, as well as, I believe, some others. Dangerous situation, keeper's out, and not sure why the shot wasn't off there. Kogler had an open net, and you'd think with the keeper down, you'd try to put it on, but he tried a little sidestep, and it was taken away. A little bit too unselfish there, perhaps, for Buffalo. It was Kobe Grant, 3, who plays it up ahead. And Kwichkoff, and now over to the far side. Both these teams, and we appreciate this, have very legible numbers on the backs of their uniforms, so we thank both teams for that. We did a semi-pro football game at this stadium some years ago where the visiting team wore silver numbers on white. Not ideal. Throw coming in for Erie. Boy, Commodores getting good pressure here in the early going. Koska was able to corral it fairly easily, though. Over to the far side, that's going to be intercepted, but that was Nick Scott. I don't think he wanted it to go straight up in the air like that. 50-50 chance. Nice job by Scott to stay with the play and get it for the Commodores to retain possession, and now this ball up ahead. Let's see if he's onside or not. I guess so. There's the cross knocked out. We're going to have our first corner of the night. believe that's Lankoff over there, 6, and he's going to be kicking this into that crosswind. 9th minute, no score. Headed away. Boy, right back to the top. There's the shot deflected out. I think that went off of somebody's face. And we've got a goal kick. It was a shame to see this series go away. It, again, was very intense. A lot of memorable games, some memorable endings for both teams from a positive perspective, and obviously Buffalo right down the road. And in order to get that Brewers Cup, Erie, as I understand it, would need to win this by 2. I'm not sure who gets it. If Erie were to win today by 1, they would have tied in final score and tied in margin. Shepard giving chase, plays it up. Well done there, but nobody was back. It was a nice header by Leah. They play it back to Kokoska. We are at Mercyhurst University here in southeast Erie, one of the 4 universities, colleges in the greater Erie area, include Edinburgh in that. Jotto plays it in, towed it. Wow, I certainly wasn't expecting him to fire from 30 yards out, but he did, and I had a lot of English on it, but it went well over, and now we've got 3 balls out there on the field, so it's a first game for the ball boys too. And it's a goal kick. Well, that was a beautiful job there to play it up. Here comes Shepard with all kinds of room on the near side, and that would have been offside, so they just let it go. And looks like we've got our first foul of this match. Brennan McDermott will take the free kick. Twelfth minute, no score. Boy, that's a beautiful ball. That's straight on. Wow, what a ball by McDermott. Just didn't quite have enough on it. I thought for a second, from my angle, I thought that might slip over the keeper Card's head, but Card was able to corral it easily, but still from that far out, it was a heck of an effort. Castillo giving chase. But once again, all kinds of room on the near side for Shepard. Shepard, cross, knocked away. And that was kept in. That's incredible. And coming all the way out is Card, showing some aggression there. Obviously couldn't use his hands at that point. Gotta like Card's aggressive nature there. That's twice now he's come out. The first time he got knocked down, but Buffalo was unable to get a shot off when he was down near the front of the box for a moment. Zarka had no resistance, gives it up over to the far side. Maybe a chance for Erie now. Leah giving chase too far. But a couple years ago, Merciers did a great job renovating this facility. New turf, what was it, about 3 years ago they put in the turf, maybe a little bit longer, and lights. They had lights, but only for late afternoon purposes. They put in lights so they can now have night games here, and they put in all kinds of intramural fields just up above us and redid the turf baseball and soccer field behind us.
The Commodores would like to thank Lake Erie College of Osteopathic Medicine, Marquette Savings Bank, Erie Insurance, Budweiser, U-Pick 6, John Russell Brewing Company, and Perry Construction.
Oh, you never like to have live mics around. Here's going to be a goal kick coming up for Buffalo. Kokoska plays it to the far side. Mentioned for Buffalo, Ander Castillo, the Spaniard. I mean, really remarkable. 2 goals and an assist versus Toledo. And then the PK goal, the first goal against Erie. So he is off to quite a hot start. That was a heck of a play there by Lankoff to stop that ball. Shepard gets it. He's going to have another cross. He's been busy. Nice move into the box. There's a shot, but it's dead on. And Kokoska is able to smother it. First shot on goal for the Commodores, and I believe for either side, actually. And we'll get a throw for Buffalo. Yeah, nice job. Peterson, I think, was over there for Erie on the far side to win the 50-50 ball and get the throw. Buffalo obviously didn't agree with that call. This is Zarka giving chase for the Commodores down in the corner. That was a nice job by Overcamp to win the 50-50 ball. Zarka just got knocked down right in front of the officials, so fairly blatant. So it'll be a free kick. And Sumner just plays it short right back to Zarka. Could have been a handball there, no call. And I guess it hit more on the shoulder. More contact. Boy, these officials letting both sides play, which I appreciate. th minute, still no score. Room here on the near side. Shot tipped up, and that actually hit the crossbar of the football goal post. But a heck of a job there by Card to get a piece of it, as that was a rocket. And it'll be the first corner of the evening for Buffalo. It's Egan over there to take the corner. Went through everybody. I thought that Castillo, he went up for the header and looked pretty close to me. He was in a good spot and it was a good corner, but timing a little bit off. Just from my angle, I thought Castillo was going to head that right into the back of the net. Chance maybe for Erie here. It's a 3-on-4. Zarka just keeps it himself. Looked like Pete Maravich there for a while, but eventually has it taken away. Suppose Steph Curry would be a more relevant reference, although I don't even know if that's the case anymore. Donovan Mitchell, we'll go with him. Well, all kinds of contact. Again, no whistle. Didn't look like a foul. It was just incidental. Spino with a heck of a move there. This is a 4-on-3 for Buffalo. Nice job there. Prito came out of nowhere to knock it away. Over into the fescue down there. Hungerford over there. We'll throw it in. Quitchoff right back to Hungerford. They're trying to get a cross off. And it was knocked away there. Nice play by Scott of Erie.
Charlie, if you've got support, get in front of him. Get in front of him. Get in front of him. There you go.
Looks like we're going to get our first sub of the match. Ashton Gell down below me, number 7. There's the cross. Look out, and it just missed. Boy, from my angle again, I thought that one was going to find the side of the net. And I'm pretty sure the keeper Card got a piece of it. And he must have, because we're going to have another corner. And Gell thought he was going to check in, but I guess he'll have to wait a moment. Look out, bicycle attempt, and it was ricocheted out. A for effort there. How about that? And he had some giddy up on that, too. Usually when you see guys attempt that, they can't get a lot of oomph on the kick. But Fabian Overkamp had no issue getting oomph on that kick. And I guess now they're going to let Gell on. '26th minute, really no big-time scoring chances as of yet for either side. Erie with 1 shot on goal, and I believe Buffalo now with 2, because the one that hit the football crossbar was deflected by Card, and it's a good thing he did deflect it. Like I said, otherwise it would have been 1-0 Buffalo. Shepard gives it down near the corner to Zarka. Nice give and go. Can Zarka get there? No, it's going to go out. This will be a throw for Erie. And we got another throw coming up for Erie, I believe. Lee overs to take it. Here's the throw. Loose, chance, shot wide. Boy, I thought for a second when Zarka had it there, it would have been just about the football goal line. He might have a shot at it, but couldn't get anything clean away. And the eventual shot goes out. We're going to get another sub for Buffalo. Timo Janssen will check in. And now FC Buffalo on the attack. Played in, beautiful pass. Shot, no, that was ricocheted. And going to get it was Card. That was well defended by Erie once it got into the box. '29th minute, still no score. Not much to speak of so far in this match. Gel plays it up to Janssen, back to Gel, high up in the air, and it's loose, and it just goes out. It's another good job by Card as he was falling away and actually got the benefit of it going off of a Buffalo player, I think. Now, wait, we may have a reversal on this call, which you don't often see. I'm not sure what the nature of this is.
Once again, the Commodores would like to thank Lake Erie College of Osteopathic Medicine, Marquette Savings Bank, Erie Insurance, Budweiser, U-Pick 6, John Russell Brewing Company, and Perry Construction for their support throughout the 2024 Commodores season.
So looks like they are going to change the call, I think. Yeah, it's going to be a corner over there. You don't see that a lot in soccer. You see it in baseball every now and then, although now they have replays, so it's fewer and further between. You used to see, you know, if the umpires would get together and if somebody had a better angle, but now you just call New York and they get it wrong on the replay. Here's the corner. Low, worm burner, knocked away. Boy, that was a great job down there for Erie. 21, Nick Scott, boxed out. I couldn't see who that was for Buffalo, but boxed him out so that Buffalo couldn't try to force a corner there and ricochet it off of Scott. That was well played there, and it results in a goal kick for Erie. 31st minute, still no score. Played up, trip, and they called it. I mean, that was right, and not intentional by any stretch, but it was right in front of the referee. So, yeah, you got to call that one. So, free kick for Erie from near midfield. Boy, it turned into a gorgeous night. Again, that wind is blowing across the field from the near side to the far side. Play to the near side. Zarka, he's been busy so far this evening. Beautiful pass. Shepard, cross, headed out. Chance for Erie. There's the shot. Knocked away. What a stop. Kokoska was right there. Oof. That had goal written all over it, and he just batted it out. It will be a corner for Erie, but a brilliant chance for the Commodores, and they are denied by Kokoska, the keeper. And I said corner, check that. It'll be a throw there, far side. And the 50-50 ball back the other way, and a 2-on-1 here perhaps for Buffalo, or a 3-on-2. That was Sumner, Dylan Sumner. Great job to thwart that scoring opportunity. Played back to Kokoska. A little more action here over the last couple of minutes. 33rd minute. This rivalry, as I mentioned at the outset, has been tabbed with the Brewers Cup, and there is a cup down there the captains posed with before the game with Commodores owner John Melody. Now a chance here. That one deflected. What a job by Card, but it's loose in front. Still loose in front. Look out. Card comes out. Knocked away. Opportunity, and that's going to go wide. And I guarantee you, with that one, Ashton Gell would love to have that one back. But another nice job there by Tyler Card in net for Erie.
When it's this slow of a tempo, yeah. Also, hey, Alex, throw it in the box. Both their center backs. Both their center backs.
So Card gesticulating to his teammates, giving them instructions. He's got a big-time leg when he uncorks one. And they're going to get a trip. Gavin Egan, free kick Erie from about 43 yards out. Headed up, out, corner, and it ricocheted off of, I believe that was 15 Egan. So the Commodores will get a corner. Played back to Shepard. Somebody below us. He's out at midfield, yelled, "Shoot it." Like those folks at the PGA yelling, "Get in the hole" on a par 5 tee shot. Here's the cross, knocked out. Should mention, too, one of the reasons it's so much fun to do games from this facility is because the press box is right on top of the fans, so you can hear quite a bit. Good job there by Peterson to force them out of it, but now maybe a chance for Buffalo. 2-on-2. Spacing issues, though. Played into the middle, maybe not. Oh, what a dive. Oh, my goodness. First of all, let's mention the shot by Janssen, who came in as a sub. I don't know how he uncorked that one. And then another brilliant save by Tyler Card diving to his right. Still no score. Mohamed Sanyang coming on for Buffalo. Third substitution of the game. They are subbing fairly liberally. Probably not. You probably wouldn't see this many in the first half of a game later on in the season. Oh, beautiful ball down to the far side, and it hung up there nicely. Castillo. Boy, that was nicely defended. Goal kick, however. 38th minute, still no score. and goes all the way through. So that's going to be a foul. And just like in American football, when you commit holding and you put your hands up in the air as if to say, I didn't do it. Zarka put his hands up in the air. I didn't do it, and you're going to get the whistle every time. Tell you what, though, for being this early in the season, second match for the Commodores, third for Buffalo, it's been a very clean game so far. Pretty tight. But a chance perhaps here for FC Buffalo in the 39th minute. Gel cross ricocheted and it went back off of Gel. That should be a goal kick. He was trying to get a corner, but he was the last to touch it. Can someone get on the board here in the final 5+ minutes of the first half and take some momentum into the locker room? We will see. At this rate, there probably won't be any stoppage time. The only lag time we've had is chasing down a couple of balls that rolled after they went out of bounds, rolled away slightly, but lots of room over there on the far side of the field. Sanyang, middle, no whistle. And no argument really from Buffalo, played up. Ooh, dangerous play back, and now look out here at the top. Second time tonight, right there, I think we saw Buffalo be too unselfish. Seemed like Kogler had a pretty good angle there on the right side, instead went back into the middle and it didn't work out. Three on three, back the other way. Kogler trying to get through, just didn't have anyone really to give it up to. 43rd minute now, no score. This is Zarka who splits the defenders and gets bumped. What a move. He's been a dynamo in this first half, sort of all over the place for Erie. I think that wind is shifted a little bit now at Erie's back, which means it'll be at Buffalo's back, obviously, in the second half if it stays that way. Bit of a misplay there on the far side, so with about a minute 45 left in the half going up. Again, we'll see if they give him any extra time. If they do, I can't imagine it'd be more than a minute. Sun Yang middle, look out, dribbler, and once again, Card was able to get it. Castillo, I don't think was able to get everything he wanted on that ball. It looked like maybe he was going down to the ground as he kicked it. And Card, I like how he is really demonstrative when he's pointing things out to his teammates. I like that. 45th minute now. There's a throw headed out, maybe a chance here. Shepard leaves it, didn't get everything he wanted on that, and it's cleared down the field. 20 seconds left until we hit the 45-minute mark. Castillo leaves it, look out. Once again, rather than putting it on net, they play it back. Look out, contact in the box, no whistle. And that'll do it for the first half, an eventful end to this first half. Buffalo obviously feels they were wrong there and they should have gotten a PK. I believe that's Castillo. I can't see the front. There's no numbers on the front, but there certainly was contact there, but the ref said play on. They did, and the half comes to an end. No score here. We'll be back in about 15 minutes with the second half from Saxon Stadium in Erie. Back here at Saxon Stadium in Mercyhurst, no score as we head to the second half. 45 minutes in the books. And I mentioned at the outset of the broadcast, not sure who gets the cup if they end up tied in aggregates. Well, what's going to happen here, keep in mind Buffalo won the first game in Buffalo at All-High Stadium 2-1. If Erie wins this match by 1 goal, then we would have penalty kicks to determine who wins the Brewers Cup. If Erie were to win by 2, or if it stays 0-0, obviously there would be no need for penalty kicks as Buffalo would win outright. Which would be fun to see. We never see penalty kicks in this league because there's no extra time. There's no extra time or PKs. And as I recall, the one year when I did the Commodores when they made the playoffs a couple of years ago down at Gannon, that game did not end up in extra time. Or perhaps it did. It didn't go to PKs anyway. Underway, second half. Glad you could join us. I tell you what, the wind has died down and the humidity has picked up. It is sticky out there. Chance right off the bat for Buffalo. Tyler Card kind of did a standing on his head act in that first half, and that one is in right off the bat here in the second half, and it's 1-0 Buffalo. That was Quitchoff. Do you think while it's still counting? So that was Quitchoff that scored the goal on the ground, and boy, isn't that the way it sometimes goes. That I mentioned Card was just phenomenal as Buffalo had a couple of pretty good chances in the first half. A couple of times I thought they could have scored if they had not made the extra pass. That time Quitchoff did not and just fired it in the back right side of the net, and we're going to get, I think, a yellow here. It was a very clean first half, maybe not. The way the referee was sort of poised, I thought he was going to pull out the yellow. Erie finished that game. Obviously, this foul was on Buffalo. Erie finished that game in Buffalo with 10 men as the result of a couple of yellows. But none was issued there. The Commodores now having to play catch-up. And they will need, like I said, to finish this game with a 1-goal advantage to get to PKs. So it's now an uphill battle. And that's going to be a trip. It's just outside of the box. Again, not intentional there. His leg went up as looks like everyone's in one piece. He was about, 4 yards outside of the box there. This is a tough angle. Oh, and it's knocked away, loose in front, cleared out. Boy, that was a great chance for Erie. Well done by Kokoski. He has been very solid as well. Now loose in front. Nobody was there for Erie, but good pressure from the Commodores. So Max Kwichoff, as we were not even a minute into this second half, puts it in as he found the back right. And there was nothing that Card could do. Boy, a lot of contact and a takedown, and we're going to get a penalty kick here. There was a hold initially, and then the equivalent of a horse collar. So this could be 2-0 somewhat quickly. We're going to have a penalty kick here. We'll see if Card can do another magic act. And this is Castillo, who had a PK goal in that first one against Erie. He had 2 goals and an assist against Toledo. But not an ideal start here for the Commodores in the first 6+ minutes of the second half. Castillo puts it in. Card guessed correctly. But he puts it through, and just like that, it's 2-0 FC Buffalo.
FC Buffalo goal was scored by number 9, Ander Castillo. Once again, fans, the Commodores would like to thank Lake Erie College of Osteopathic Medicine for being their primary sponsor for the 2024 campaign. And a reminder, the concession stand will remain open through the duration of the game, featuring from John Russell Brewing Company, Me and Julio Mexican Water, and in conjunction with Big Ditch Brewing, Lake Erie Life Summer IPA.
So Kwichoff with the first goal, then Castillo with the PK goal, and it's 2-0 Buffalo. They look like a different team here. They're just totally dominating field position. The field position was pretty even in that first half as far as where the ball was being kept, but so far here we're in the 54th minute. It's been all Buffalo, and it's shown on the scoreboard. Erie's in a little bit of trouble here, and that's going to end up being a throw. As is customary in soccer, the players that are not in the game staying loose by jogging around. The problem here, and it's a good problem at Mercyhurst because it's great for the fans, is there's almost no room, and so they're jogging right along the sideline. As that shot went off the back, it looked like, of Prito. It was very close. It would have been an incidental, so it wouldn't have mattered. But nice give and go. There's the shot, and it finds the back left of the net. 3 goals already here for Buffalo in the second half. And that time it was Gel. So whatever adjustments Buffalo made in the locker room have worked. 3 goals here in the first 10 minutes after there was no scoring on either side in the first half. And that was an excellent display of passing by Buffalo, resulting in the goal. In front, knocked away. That was potentially there for the taking, but Sanyang did a nice job to knock it away. And we're going to have subs en masse here for Erie. I'm really not going to try. They're substituting the entire, it seems like the entire roster here. We'll run through these as the half progresses. As what you mentioned, you really just want to get loose, get used to game speed. I mean, you can condition, you can practice all you want, and obviously a lot of these players have been playing, but I mentioned at the outset, Commodores owner John Melody saying, you know, last year he thought that it was a little bit detrimental not having any preseason or early season matches, out of conference matches, whatever, friendlies, however you want to call it. And Trapp really angry. He just came in the game, and he goes down, yells at the official, then he gets in the face of Kogler. So obviously he was upset about the way that play went down. So Trapp is out there. One played in, goes through, headed out. Duragme over there was giving chase, number 18. He's in the match. Santiago Echeverry over there, number 23, one of the players that came in for Erie. Ramzi Terminini, number 22, defender, is out there. Now we're going to get some subs for Buffalo. 10, Nico Stoddart. 25, A.J. Zarcone, and 22, Callum Newson in for Buffalo. Number 28, Cade Worsner, out there for Erie. Nels Schulze out there for Erie, 27. I'm trying to get through these names. And now we're going to get a trip free kick for Erie from pretty much straight on. And we're going to get a new keeper for the Commodores as well. Gustavo Gutierrez is going to check in. Card had nothing he could do. I mean, there was just so much pressure here to start this second half. He was spectacular in that first half. Going to get a corner coming up for the Commodores. As Gutierrez checks in. Commodores looking to get on the board. Here's the cross, headed away. Zach Mayer, 20. That's him right there giving chase. Was one of the all-in subs for Erie. Now back the other way. And this is Newson who just checked in for Buffalo. Oh, thanks. Dennis Verbinski also out there now for Erie. He is number 9. I think I got all of them. I just wasn't expecting a total line shift. You don't see that very often. In fact, I don't know that I've ever seen it. Going to get a new keeper for Buffalo coming in, Jack Petrie. Nice first name for him. '52nd minute. Erie trailing 3-0. It was 0-0 at the break, but 3 pretty quick goals, including one in the first minute. It was Kwichoff that struck first, then Castillo on the penalty kick, and then it was Gel, and that's where we're at, 3-0. Mention the activity at this sports complex. I mean, let me be clear. School here is out. The semester ended a while back, and every field here is currently in use. The baseball field behind us, the softball field up above us, and then the soccer field up above us, and obviously this one. Good things happening here. Played up, contact. On a little bit more tightly here in the second half. And again, no cards. It's been a clean game. Commodores looking for their first goal of the home campaign. As they put, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-man wall now. Go to 4. Janssen moves away. Well, really a gorgeous night here. Feels like midsummer. And they go to the near side, deking out that wall a little bit. Nice move into the middle. Oh, it was ricocheted away. Commodores had a man down there, but it just couldn't quite get through. But a well-designed play off the free kick by Erie. Couldn't cash in. 66th minute. Once again, we hope you join us Friday night. The women will kick off their slate against Steel City. And then the following evening on Saturday night, the men against Steel. Early Memorial Day this year. Keeper out. Tell you what, too, that's not easy to do. Petrie just into the game, but showing no lack of courage coming all the way out to boot that one away. Nice ball across the field. Cross up, just tall. Best scoring opportunity of the second half, to be sure, for Erie. That was a beautiful ball across the field and a nice shot. I thought it would be a cross. I spoke too soon, as I often do. Cross, Commodore player there slipped and fell, couldn't see who it was, didn't hurt them as they were able to clear it. That one finds the back left corner of the net. What a strike that was from the top of the box. And it's 4-0. And as soon as he turns around, I'll let you know who it is. It was Callum Newson with the strike. What a second half by Buffalo. So again, this one was 0-0 at the break, now 4-0, and it's been 4 different goal scorers. Middle. Great effort. It was Harrison Watts, 24. Not sure that I mentioned him when Erie checked in all those players, as he had that great try there. Played up, good ball, onside shot, and yes, Erie is on the board. For the first time at home this season. And it was Cade Worsner with the goal for Erie. So Worsner gets Erie on the board. We have had 5 goals all here in the second half. In the first 25 minutes of the second half, let alone. That was a nice ball by Worsner. Middle, another chance perhaps. Nowhere to go with it. There's the cross. Commodores down there, but the header goes up. Loose in front, still loose and cleared out. Oh, man, what a great opportunity for Erie. That header went up in the air instead of forward. Otherwise, it would have been another goal. Middle, headed out. Another good opportunity and a good effort. That was a nice cross, but it'll be a goal kick. It was Verbinski that attempted the header there and just couldn't get the right angle to get it in the net, and it went wide to the right. 72nd minute, 4-1. Erie on the short end here, as it appears that Buffalo will win the Brewers Cup. And it was good passing there from Erie. I think they and again, this is a friendly, so if you're the Commodores, you finish on a strong note before the season really gets going in a couple of days against Steel City, and carry that momentum with you. Nico Stoddart had it there for a moment. That's number 10. And maybe another chance here for the Commodores up ahead. Nice ball. And we have a corner. Yes, we do.
Andy, get in. Andy, get in. Niels Ramsey split about at the 25-yard line. Anything that pops out, right side, Niels.
Duragman will take the corner for the Commodores. I don't think Verbinski was expecting it to go that far, but he was able to finally track it down for Erie.
Front side, boys. Front side of their target.
Tell you, Weeknight, usually the Commodores get underway at 7. This one at 6, so the Mercier's going to save on an hour's worth of lighting. I don't think they're going to even need to fire up the lights here. We'll see. Only got 15 minutes and then whatever extra time they deem necessary. Nice move by Watts, gets around the edge, up in front, no one time. Now the shot, and it goes wide. I think he's caught in no man's land there as to whether or not to come in and one time it or bring it forward. Corner coming up for Erie here, trailing 4-1. I'm going to tack on one or two more before this Brewers Cup friendly match is completed. That one headed up loose in front, and it just trickles wide. That was a beautiful ball from the edge, and then a really nice effort from Verbinski, but he just couldn't quite get enough on it. Well, I said we're right above the fans. We're also pretty much right above the field, so you can hear a lot of what the players say, too. Good spacing. Nice ball up in front. Commodores are onside. Played back into the middle. Loose in front again. Cleared away. That was a nice job by Kobe Grant. Came in from a good distance to knock it out for Buffalo. And that one will go over everything. Play it up, out.
One of you two has to give us a back post option so he can roll us. Keep going, boys.
'79th minute, 4-1. Played into the front. Sun Yang giving chase, goes out of bounds. So I really think, and again, Commodores, you're still going to be mixing and matching lineups and so on and so forth. But obviously the start to the first or the second half was not ideal. But I do think that there's a lot that can be positively taken away from this match, from this friendly. Say nothing of the fact that for both teams, we haven't even had, and knock on wood, we've still got 10-plus minutes left here. We're in the 81st minute. We haven't even had so much of a player cramping up, which I thought early in the season, and given that it's pretty humid, I mean, it feels like July, that could be an issue. Nice job going up and over. You wouldn't think that Gutierrez just checked in about 20 minutes ago, but well done. And once again, the Commodores women's team will be in action Friday night against Steel City. And then the men also against Steel City out of Pittsburgh, as you might expect, on Saturday night. Both those matches get underway at 7, so if you can't make it here to Saxon Stadium at Mercyhurst, we hope you go to the Twitter or Facebook page for the Commodores to watch the live link. The only downside is you got to listen to me. Well, you don't have to. You can put it on mute. And that's goal number 5 for Buffalo. That was Nico Stoddard who put it in on the left side. That was well angled into the right of the goal. And it's now 5-1. So Stoddard makes it 5-1 now with, let's see, we're in the 84th minute. There was no extra time at the end of the first half, nor should there have been. There were no stoppages. We've had no cards in this game. Like I said, for an early season game, very cleanly played. Physical at times, but ball over to the far side. That was nicely done by Sun Yang. He checked in about midway first half and has played very well for Buffalo. Tracked it down. It will be a corner for Erie. 5-1 at 5 different goal scorers, interestingly enough, for Buffalo. Now, they've had a lot of subs. Kwichoff, Castillo on what was a penalty kick. That made it 2-0. Ashton Gell. That last one was Stoddard. And Erie subbed in their entire, and what was obviously a planned move. It's not like this was a thing where sometimes in basketball you see a coach get angry or something and sub out his entire starting 5. Nothing like that. This is a friendly. It was a planned move to get the gentleman who didn't start about a half worth of playing time here. It's well defended over on the far side. We're in the 87th minute here, 5-1. Buffalo will win the Brewers Cup. They'll have a nice little presentation down there. I mentioned these two were at one time bitter rivals, but there's never been any